Hey guys, John with JRSP, Johnson Reality Self Protection. Also the founder of the Cyrdo method, head coach and advisor for that method, and I'm also a certified Medusa edge weapon instructor. So it's like freaking 95 degrees in this garage. I'm sweating profusely. Happy Easter, by the way. So real quick, I want to come out here and for one show you the primate from Concepts. So y'all have seen in probably the shorts that I also have a purple one. The purple one was actually the one I bought. This one was actually like sent to me. Well, it like the money was freaking sent to me by a subscriber, Hanutsu Kishin. I'm probably butchering that. He sent this, well, the money for me to get this, and for me to get the Concepts fin rear, because he saw a video where this dude does not like uh, Greg Tambone over at Bone Tactical, and he saw a video where like I talked about like uh, my situation with Greg Tambone, and that was an AI voice to text video that I did a while back ago. Greg Tambone does not live rent free in my head, but apparently, no offense, Hanutsu Kishin, he lives rent free in your head. Like, but I hope that doesn't cause you to, unsubscribe. But I mean, just being realistic, dude, the fact that you like paid for these and some of the things you said, um, like, I get what you're saying, like that he is like arrogant and like a lot of the stuff that he says is like not really um like it's I get what's the word for it, he's like overhyping everything that like he puts out. But like I say, I followed Greg Tampone for a long time until like I had that situation where like he was like a prick in the comment sections when it was absolutely unnecessary, and dissed Kelly Warden's name basically, and the travel wrench, which I've carried and used in situations like and carried it for like a number of years and know that it's effective. But that's really none of that's neither here nor there. Um, I kind of like moved way on from Greg Tambone and Bone Tactical. But Hanuta Kishin sent the money for me to get this, and any of you could do that. I mean, any of y'all like, if y'all want to freaking send money for me to buy some type of device that you want me to review, I mean, like, I don't see why not. Go right ahead. But Hanuta Kishin did it, and like, hopefully, I'm not butchering his name. But he wanted me. He saw that I got the purple primate, and he wanted me to get this primate, like, as this is the one he liked, and he said, "Yeah, get that, and I want you to compare it to the bone like breaker from Bone Tactical, which I do not have, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna buy one, but in my opinion, like I say, I'm not gonna hate on Greg Tambone. Okay, he makes products. Like he, the dude's a maker. I don't want to diss the stuff that he makes because I feel like that he puts his whole heart into making it. And the dude gets a bad rap because he's kind of like the Wes Watson of the EDC world. Okay, like, but he's kind of like nerdish too at the same time. But he's like a nerd Wes Watson of the EDC world, like kind of more like a beta male Wes Watson, like how he talks. But um, the dude already has it hard enough because he's got like a bunch of charges and a bunch of stuff like that. Even I really don't even believe. Like, I believe he was falsely accused of some things. I'll go as far to say that, but I wasn't there, so I don't know, so I can't confirm. But those charges like shine a bad light on his company. So he's done a good job to grow his channel and his company to where it is, despite like the stuff that he has that like hold it back, including his attitude and like just cocky, arrogant mentality that he's got. Like he would do a lot better to not try and combat everybody in the comment section. I don't do that. If there's somebody negative, I turn my comments like almost completely off. Okay, like I didn't turn them off, but I turned it to like hold everything basically, because I had a YouTube channel back in the day where people just want to comment stupid stuff, just to comment stupid stuff and just to tick you off. It's like this is supposed to be about positivity and like uplifting people and whatever and stuff like that. And so I'm not going to deal with your negativity. If you want to, have a like reasonable, like actual like discussion that's like positive or whatever, you got something that you want to ask me or something, you could go over to the JRSP Instagram channel, and you can send a message on there. But other than that, I'm not just gonna have open comments for people to be promoting negativity and stuff. But ultimately, Honey Takeshan wanted me to compare this to the Greg Tambone uh, uh, bone breaker, and there's multiple bone breakers. So like comparing this to the bone breaker, that's like there's multiple bone breakers, man. Like, but if we're comparing it to a standard bone breaker that is not a multi tool, I guess you know, in my opinion, I don't think they're. I don't think that they're the same type of thing. They kind of look similar, but if you go over to Bone Tactical and you like are looking for the bone breaker, you'll find it under like I think fist loads or something. Like where if you're going to look for this, you'll find it under EDC tools over at Kansept. Okay, there's just a completely different like mindset to what these things are. This is more of like an improvised blade, whereas the bone breaker is more of a fist load. Okay, like an improvised fist load, I guess you could say. So like I think they're two different things. Okay, I definitely like this since I'm a Medusa Edge Weapon instructor. You know, where the bone breaker is for like impact, basically. This is more for like if you don't have a knife, and like I don't want to label this because it's not described that way over at Kansept. Okay, this is just meant to be kind of like a multi-tool, a pry bar. I got the purple one because I needed a mini pry bar, and I don't got the keys, but like I have a use for mini pry bars at my job, like at the park, and I use these a lot actually, like that I found out. But you saw just recently too, I got the Kuma beer tool or whatever. So yeah, I just like these mini pry bars, and I think that this is actually the best mini pry bar that I have found so far. And this is titanium, so I mean it's lightweight, but if you were gonna like use this in a self defense situation, like I say, this is probably the best non blade type device that you could use for Medusa, because if you hit somebody with this point down, that's going into this, like to the flesh. Okay, and if you do something like this right here, that's definitely gonna like rip flesh. So yeah. So basically, I don't really think there's a comparison because even though they kind of look similar, they have a similar concept. They're two different things. This is more of an improvised blade, if you wouldn't mind. Like this is for, let's say, like when you're in situations where you don't have your knife or whatever, or you don't want to beat your knife to hell. You can definitely pry stuff with this, and then you can also like it's a bottle opener, but it's got like a couple heads on it right there. So and then you got your um, what they call is a glass breaker point. So definitely a great little tool. Definitely thank you, Hanu Takeshan. He said I could keep these. So like now I have this one, and I like this one a lot. But um, and I got the purple one. So yeah. And also real quick, and this video is going long, a lot longer than I want because I got to go do stuff. It's Easter. But the he wanted me to compare this to the EDC cake from Bone Tactile. Okay, well I really like this. Okay, thank you a lot, Hanu Takeshan. You spent a lot. Like once again though, come on man, like I mean this, I don't have an EDC king. I don't know if I'm ever going to have an EDC king. Like if Greg Tambone wants to send me an EDC king and I review it or whatever, like he can absolutely do that any day. But once again, I think they're two different knives. Like I said, I don't want to hate. I've kind of always liked it, like in Greg Tambone's defense, I've liked the EDC Kank design. I just never have gotten around to getting one, and like I don't know, like I said, if I ever will. But yeah, this thing is gonna be my new like self protection carry. Like I really like that, and but I say it's more of a just an EDC blade. But I mean, I see the potential. Being a Medusa Edge Weapon instructor, I definitely see the potential for like Medusa in this, and it's really lightweight too. So one thing I don't like is this sheath. I'm finding like they could have done better with this sheath. I feel like, but as for just the knife, the knife is really nice, but like comparing it to the Kank, I think they're two different knives, two for like two different situations. I feel, but when you're saying that, like people try and be like, oh, a knife for a certain situation. I don't like. I've created a philosophy like any blade, like any battle, basically. And it's like you should be able to adapt the knife for the situation, not like so like I could pick up any knife and go into any battle basically. So but this is definitely a great knife, but um hopefully that satisfies you, Hanu Tsukishin. Like appreciate you reaching out to me. Like I say though, I'm not gonna engage in the negativity. Greg Tambone Greg Tambone like does not live rent free in my head. Like yeah, I was irritated at one point in time with him, but like I've moved on with my life and I'm trying to do my own thing, and I don't want to like spend a lot of time criticizing what he's doing because I got other things to do. I got better things to do, and like it's like it's just not worth my time. And I'm not even trying to talk bad about Greg Tambone when I say I'm not trying to be he's not worth it or anything. The negativity is not worth it is what I'm trying to get at. So ultimately though, two real quick, we're gonna be launching these um, JRF handlers at the end of this month or beginning of May. And real quick, somebody asked why we're no longer launching them in black, and that's a good question. And it's because black, we thought about it, and like I have some black um, prototypes here and stuff like that, but we're not launching them in black because black is a threatening color. Like there's an incident where uh, these cops like just freaking unloaded their whole arsenal on this guy, and I can't remember if they killed him or if miraculously he did not die. But it was all because he had a black wallet. Okay, black is one of those colors that like sometimes people you go to pull something out of your pocket or you have something in your hand and it's dark, low visibility, people don't know what you got. It's like it could like end badly for you. You want something that's a color that's like that it shows what you have in your hand. Like I carry the purple one, like in the daytime because people can see it. It's like, oh, it's purple. It's not anything that's really threatening, Whereas at night I'm carrying like usually the red. And those are the colors we're gonna launch these in. But we also have like some that we just had. Like we have the green one. Carried that one today because I didn't know where the red one was. But the red, like I would carry something that is like high vis at night, and the red is noticeable. So like people can see it's not a gun or it's not a knife. You know what I mean? Like so that is the reason we're not launching them in black anymore. But because I mean, you could you can get all these different self protection devices in black, but you want somebody to be able to see what you got in your hand. It's crazy when you think about it. Like if you're walking around with something in your hand, you want people to see it in their subconscious brain to go ahead and check it off as, oh, that's nothing to worry about. Okay, because if you're walking around with something black in your hand and maybe it looks spiky like the Coastal Kogassi 2, which I absolutely love, carried for years. Okay, one of my most loved pomp sticks. But the brain is gonna, the subconscious mind is gonna start throwing up red flags and already putting people on guard there. This is something how we designed it. It's something that doesn't look any type of threatening. Okay, it's completely inconspicuous. There's no points, there's no snag points on here or anything, there's no sharp edges. Everything is rounded off, and it's that way for a reason. Like especially like if you get pulled over and detained and the cops have you and they're like, you don't got nothing on you that could poke, prod, or stick me. I got detained down in North Fort Myers one time, and like I didn't go to jail, thank God, but it was because I had to, I got into a fight with a guy, and he was like, oh, I'm not afraid to throw the first punch. And we get briefly into that story like on a video like way back. It's AI voice to text, but like it's a long story, but like he was popping off. He got in my face, and I warned him. Like I told him like respectfully, hey, look, man, I've never disrespected you that way. Me and the dude never had any issue. We were cool up until this point. Ended up he was on drugs, man, and drugs will make you do crazy stuff. But I had to tell him, look, man, like I've never disrespected you that way, but don't ever get in my face like that. You got to freaking stand up for yourself. And he got right back up in my face and was like, I'm not afraid to throw the first punch. And I knew that dude had a like knife. He had one of those mossy oak like folding skinners that like have those replaceable scalpel blades on him, and I knew he had that. Like, and he said something about like, oh, I'm not afraid to throw the first punch, I'll go get a gun or something like that. And I knew he had that knife. When he started saying that, he got in my face again. I'd already warned him, and like I took him down. I didn't even hit him. Okay, I took him right down to the ground. I got him in like a not even a freaking whole like locked in headlock because he was acting all like big and bad. But then when I had him, like he was super weak, and I didn't want no trouble with this dude really. It was just a bad situation, but then the dude's like, oh, get off me, like, and he's like super weak. I could have broke the dude's neck right then and there. But like then when like my wife's dad like intervened, I let the dude go. But it went from I'm not afraid to throw the first punch, let's do this, like I'll go get my gun and everything and stuff like that, to that's assault, call the cops right now. So the cops get called, and he left because he remembered he had drug paraphernalia, like weed, like a grinder or something or whatever. So he left. So I'm like, well, if this dude's leaving, I'm getting out of there too. Like I'm leaving as well. Like I'm not sticking around for the cops show up. Well, but then he's like, see, we weren't even like bad. We just a minute ago we were good, like, and we were good enough that we were friends on Facebook and stuff and talking to each other on Messenger and whatever. So he's got my Messenger, and he freaking, as like I'm driving down the road, he like hits me up on Messenger. This is not over between us. I'm coming back with the cops. And like, so I get to the end of the road. I'm about to turn on the one road, and freaking 3 Lee County sheriff like officers pull up in Explorers, okay, and they hit me with their light bar. And since he just sent me that like message on Facebook Messenger, I figure he's with these guys, and they're like asking me, the one in the lead, the like deputies, like he's like, hey, do you know what's going on down there? We got called their situation, and so I think he's with these guys because he just told me he's coming back with the cops, and so being a law-abiding citizen and stuff like that, I'm going to jail for this because I did put hands on him first, but I'm gonna tell my story and everything, so I tell him, I'm one of the guys that was involved in it and everything because I think the dude's with him, so it's like I can't just be like, no, I don't know nothing about it. Like he told me he's coming back with the cops. Ended up that dude wasn't with the cops. I'm detained for like 30 minutes just to find out that dude wasn't with the cops. So, story for another day. But yeah, it all turned out, and it all like we made it cool in the end and everything and stuff like that. But basically, what I'm getting at is. I'm detained on the hood of a Ford Explorer, light bar shining in my face, like giving me massive anxiety. Like I'm going to jail, man. And I don't even live in Lee County, man. I lived in freaking Hardee County. I live miles away. I think I'm gonna be freaking in Lee County jail. And they're pulling out. I had 2 Cold Steel Kogas. I had knives and everything. I had a Cold Steel I can't even remember the name of that knife, but I had all kinds of stuff. And they're like, God dang, man, what are you, the man of knives or something? This is before I was even a Medusa Edge weapon instructor. But hey, I didn't go to jail that night, man. So, hey, y'all take it easy. Always remember the world's a big place, all danger very real. And it's always better to be paranoid alive than complacent and dead. I don't consider myself to be paranoid, though. I consider myself to be paranoid. And always remember that the majority of you ain't going to ever be in any type of situation that's worth your lives or your freedoms. But if you are in a situation and your back's against the wall, you got to protect people that you love. You got to do what you got to do. Always remember that whenever you can, it's always better just to walk away. You guys take it easy.